This is Wilson Rothman from MSNBC.com's Gadget Box, and I have in my hand one of the most hotly anticipated phones of the season. It's the Sony Ericssons Xperia Play, now out on Verizon. Now, if you know anything about the Xperia Play, you know it's also called the PlayStation phone because it's got PlayStation controls. But before we get into that, let's take a look at its phone attributes. So it's one of the first phones to run the Gingerbread operating system, the newest phone OS from Android. The only other way to get that is on a Google Nexus S phone. It has a 5-megapixel camera, but I didn't really like the photos from it. You'd think Sony, which makes great cameras, would be able to have a phone that also took good pictures. Not the case. There's a front-facing camera, too, for video conferencing. And, of course, the game control adds a lot of thickness to this, which you may not appreciate. You know, it also adds some weight. It's about 10% heavier than the iPhone 4. And the other thing is the screen. Other phones now have a 4.3-inch or even a 4.5-inch screen. You would think a gaming device would come out with one of the bigger screens. This is only 4 inches. I just don't think it's enough. Measured as a phone, the Xperia Play has a hard time living up to its $199 price tag. If you want a 3G phone from Verizon, you're better off with HTC's Incredible 2. But this is a gaming device, so let's check in with our games editor, Todd Kenrick.
So this is the Xperia Play. I have to say I'm not exactly super impressed with this gaming device. One of the issues is that it is a single-core processor. It's not a dual-core processor. And if you're going to make a gaming device that is really cool, and what's really cool about this device is that it actually has PlayStation 3 controls, the fact that it doesn't have the hardware beneath all of that, like a dual-core processor, is really disappointing. So the controls actually work very well with this game. We're also seeing a full 30 frames per second. Having an experience like the PlayStation 3 as far as the controls go on this phone, it's working really well. In fact, it's exactly what kind of any gamer would hope for. It's far more accurate than what you would experience on, say, another Android device or the iPhone using a touchpad or a touch screen. I think it's certainly a good beginning, but it's not the phone we were hoping for. But it does kind of foreshadow the phone that we do want. What's really unfortunate is they put all this effort into what is a great design. It feels well balanced, but it feels like a last generation phone instead of a next generation phone. For In-Game at MSNBC.com, I'm Todd Kenrick.